आप लोग unwind करने के लिए क्या करते हैं? Is it all work and no play or how?
Not really. No.
Not like
In
that.
fact, at times it's the other way around, right?
Yeah.
So you are always on the go, and you might be in scorching heat of Rajasthan in the morning, and you might land up in Srinagar in a matter of few hours.
So मैंने ट्रेनिंग के बारे में बहुत चीज़ें सुनी है. So I even watched a video where this person was 1 minute late and सबको मतलब मुर्गे की एक्सरसाइज कराई थी throughout the field.
But one person whom you are mentioning would probably be me during my training days.
And so like he mentioned that these aircrafts are worth 2,000 crores. So that must seem like a burden to carry something.
I guess this is my James Bond moment, and I can't mention everything. It's classified.
You have to kill you.
Yeah.
Welcome to IAF Unplugged, a podcast where we speak to some of the most incredible personalities of the Indian Air Force. Today, we have some special guests with us. We're gonna talk to IAF engineers, what they do, how did they get there, and what advice do they give to people who want to get there. So first up, we have Squadron Leader Aarti Deshwal. Commissioned in January 2012, she has completed 13 years of service. Over the years, she has worked on some of the most incredible technology, including the 4-engine heavy-lift transport aircraft IL-76, the IL-78 mid-air refueler, and the state-of-the-art and airborne warning and control system. And if that wasn't impressive enough, she's achieved all of this while raising 2 wonderful children. Next, we're joined by Squadron Leader Utkarsh Saxena, who brings over 10 years of experience to the table. Utkarsh began his journey with the iconic MiG-21 and has since then mastered the cutting-edge Rafale aircraft. And finally, we have Squadron Leader Satish, with 6 years of expertise under his wing. He has trained extensively on all 3 variants of Mi-17, showcasing the incredible versatility required in his role. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Welcome to the IAF Unplugged. It is so good to have you guys here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's start. So guys, how did you think that हमें Indian Air Force join करना है? Indian Air Force का engineer बनना है? Let's start with you, Aarti.
I was a biology student. I wanted to fix human bodies, but rather than doing so, my destiny took me to become a mechanical engineer, and I started fixing machines. And from there, I became an aeronautical engineer mechanical in Air Force.
Okay. What about you, Upskilling?
So Kanushka, for me, it was purely fortuitous. A typical engineering undergraduate with a lot of uncertainties and career-related dilemmas in his head. I had a very good friend who was a hardcore defense aspirant. He filled up his AFCAT form and he told me, why don't you give it a shot? Happened, I cleared my AFCAT, went through my SSB, cleared my SSB, and made it to the merit list. And now 10 years later, I'm right in front of you.
That sounds great. What about you, Satish?
Kanushka, for me, I would say it is just destiny. I have a similar story, just like Sir was saying. What happened with me was, as any final year college student would have, I am a mechanical engineer. So once I completed my engineering, I had 2 options, either to join a corporate world or just try for any job in a core industry. So one of my friends who was aspirant of defense forces, he just asked me, why don't you give it a shot? And just to accompany him, I filled the forms and I took up the exams. So yes, I'm here right now after 6 years.
Okay. So this is something that I didn't know about before, and I just got to know about short service commission. So from what I can understand, it's when you have to serve in the Indian Air Force for about 9 to 10 years. But what is it exactly like, and how is it different from permanent commission?
No major differences, I'll tell you. And it is like 10 plus 4. The short service commission is for 10 plus 4 years. For 10 years, after 10 years also, you can decide and leave if you want to leave, and you can get it extended up to 14 years. Plus, you can apply for a permanent commission also. You will be considered under a board where board of officers will decide whether you are capable, whether your ARs, they in cumulative, you can be cleared for permanent commission or not based upon the vacancies at that time. So short service commission officers and permanent commission officers both are given equal due responsibilities as far as the job is concerned. There is no differentiation and a bias in that case.
Okay, and can you extend the period?
Yes, it can be extended from 10 to 14 years. That is our choice.
So short service has one basic advantage is, as ma'am was mentioning, we have the opportunity to go and explore outer world after 10 years. So if we want to continue the service and we join forces, we serve for 10 years, if we like our systems and if we want to continue in the same line of life, we can obviously apply for extension of 14 years and continue with the PG also. And if somebody is not satisfied with the job which they are finding in a defense force and they're not satisfied with the way of life, they still have an opportunity to leave after 10 years.
But the experience and the skills you will gain here, the knowledge which will be imparted to you here will be of immense use when you go to the civil streets after leaving defense, maybe after 10 years and or 14 years as it suits you, because for 10 years you had a very stable job. And after till 14 years also you had a very stable job. You have that time period of 4 years wherein you can build up your career plans post the service after the leaving the Indian Air Force.
So in a nutshell, they get to have the best of both worlds.
Right.
That's
And
true.
You have to give some exam?
No, there is no exam. It's basically your performance will be reviewed. It's a review of your performance after.
No, in order to get into short service commission, you have to give some exam, right?
That's a basic exam, AFCAT exam for coming into the Air Force. That's a Air Force common admission test. That is common for all the streams. For engineers, ADAM, logistics, other ground branches, it's common for all.
Okay. So guys, from what I've understood, there are different branches in the technical stream of the Indian Air Force. So what does it look like for you? Which branch are you a part of?
So broadly speaking, technical officers in the Indian Air Force are subdivided into two branches. AEM, M stands for mechanical, and AEL, which stands for electronics.
Okay.
So officers in AEM branch have background in mechanical engineering, civil engineering. Also some of the officers that I know have done their engineering in production or metallurgy background.
Okay.
Likewise, AEL officers have their background in electronics, electrical engineering, computer science, so on and so forth. And further, once we get commissioned into our respective branches, like all three of us are AEM officers.
Okay.
So we get further streamed into a respective system. In our case, we are all from aircrafts, and aircrafts we can be from fighters, transports, helicopters, UAVs, and guided weapons. For AEL officers, you have options other than these systems. You also have options to get into radars, AFNet, which is an Air Force intranet system, and navigational aids. Like every airport is supposed to have certain navigational aids that helps the aircraft to land, take off during daytime and night time. So all those aids are taken care of by officers who are from AEL branches.
Okay. And what does the shift look like? Who gets the night flying part? Who gets the day flying part?
That depends upon the availability of officers. Even if you are a single officer, by maybe some other officers along with you are not available, they are absent because of their absence due to organizational needs and personal needs, then you might have to look after the whole day and night flying yourself while taking rest in between as you can get it. But yes, there can be shifts. If you are coming for morning, then you hand over to the afternoon engineering officer. You hand over the shift, handing over each and every task. Briefing is very important. Briefing is conducted by the handing over officer to the taking over officer, and it is very meticulous in the sense that the trust is there between the officers that whatever brief he has given you, the task has been done to those words.
So Utkarsh, when it comes to AFCAT, बच्चों को बहुत fear होता है कि कैसा जाएगा, बहुत easy है या बहुत difficult है. आपका experience कैसा रहा था?
To be honest, there is no need to fear it. Think of it like this: a typical engineering student who is used to giving exams every fortnightly and over and above preparing for some kind of competition exam, So he's already prepared. He has a good know-how about how to approach competition exams. So in my case, I was preparing for one such competition exam, and the preparation for that exam helped me in preparing for AFCAT as well. And I won't say it was a cakewalk, but there is no need for any dedicated or different approach towards AFCAT. I think if you are having good aptitude, decent mathematics skills, and good English, I think that's about it. That is all that is required.
तनुष्का, मैं इसमें कुछ ऐड करूँगी. I am sitting here with the first ever AFCAT entry. So, and I was a recommended candidate. It was on Sunday, and on Friday I got my SSB results after the conference कि मैं select हो गई हूँ. But the officer who was announcing the results, she advised that if you have this examination on Sunday, please go and do attempt it, as if you have not got selected. क्योंकि जब तक मेरिट का रिजल्ट नहीं आता है एयरफोर्स में या किसी भी डिफेंस सर्विसेज में, यू शुड नॉट, बिकॉज वैकेंसीज वर नॉट टोल्ड एट दैट टाइम एंड यू डोंट नो हाउ मेनी आर गोइंग टू गेट सिलेक्टेड. तो मेरिट बनती है क्लास में आफ्टर द मेडिकल्स, एंड आई अटेम्प्टेड इट. कोई सैम्पल पेपर्स एंड कोई ऐसे खास प्रिपरेशन नहीं किया था, एंड आई गॉट क्लियर्ड. आई क्लियर्ड दिस AFCAT, and then I again gave an essay. That's another story. Yes, but you don't need to specifically prepare for AFCAT.
So, according to you, we don't need coaching institute
No.
or any other.
In my purview, Anushka, I would say AFCAT is just like any other competitive exam. So in my case, what happened was during my placement times, I was preparing for other placement jobs and other corporate exams. So the same preparation actually helped me get through the AFCAT as well. So there is no particular books or there is no particular subject which you have to specifically focus to crack an AFCAT exam. It just comes through it. And in today's competitive world, if you are actually preparing for an exam to crack it, AFCAT is nothing. Right?
It's a cakewalk.
You can easily get through.
Okay. And what's the next step after AFCAT?
Once you clear your AFCAT, you will get a list of selected persons who has passed or who has failed. And after that, you will be called for an SSB.
Okay. And you mentioned that SSB was easy for you. You just cracked it. How was that?
No, I will not say SSB was easy. So in my case, what happened was I just went to Mysore to enjoy for 5 days. And luckily, I had my first day gone through. And after your first day, you will be allotted with a group of 8 people with whom you will be giving your SSB exams for the 5 days together. And the group which I got allocated was like so fresh lot. Everybody was in the final year of their college. And it was so much of fun for me rather than like a placement, personal interview. It was only fun. I was just waiting for that exams to get over at 4 and we can go out of the center. I only remember the part after 4 which happened in Mysore rather than the part which was there from morning till evening.
So actually, SSB is just be yourself.
Okay. So you don't have
That's
to
it.
prepare for it.
No, be yourself. They will do it's their job, not our job.
It's a beautiful experience. Like I remember
One
once
of its kind.
Yes. So yeah, in my case, when I was going for my SSB after clearing the AFCAT exam, I was again in a dilemma whether to go for it or not because I was told it's a 5-day procedure, and I was not sure whether I would be in a position to stay away from home for 5 days. I was a day scholar, as I had never stepped out of house till my college got over. So again, it was a catch-22 situation. But my friend here again, who pushed me to fill the AFCAT form, he told me just go for the experience, just go to have a different experience altogether. You will land up in a bunch of 60-70 people of your age who are brimming with energy, who have the equal amount of uncertainties with respect to their lives ahead, and just go and experience the raw experience that those 5 days can bring.
Those 5 days will make such a good team, such good friends. Even if they have not joined Forge, they're still friends of mine.
Exactly.
That's kind of that kind of bonding is there. We all are there for one cause to get selected, and nobody knows what is happening right or wrong. We don't know.
What is important is not to carry that baggage of expectations, especially those who are going for the first time, like in my case. So just go to experience, just absorb that experience. I mean, every day is different, every task is different, and you will find yourself actually pushing yourself to explore the unexplored aspects of your personality, and that is the beauty of SSB. It's a very evolved and structured procedure, and I was lucky I cleared it in my first attempt. It's not the case with everyone, I guess. I think Satish
So
has the
just
story.
for the sake of experience, people give it multiple times. There is a course mate of mine who cleared it in his 13th attempt.
And what about your friend?
Oh, unfortunately, you couldn't clear it. He was there for moral support. I tried through, but as luck would have it, I could clear it.
Probably is enjoying his corporate world now.
Yeah, he's
And I cleared 3 SSBs. I got recommended in 3. But there were some hassles in my medicals. Then I got selected through my 3rd SSB.
Okay.
That's also the case.
Okay. And how is the medical like?
Medical is a very detailed medical examination. It's good. And we don't get to go through such medical examinations when we are there in the civil world.
Basically, you will get a full body checkup for free.
Full body checkup.
Okay. 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 So then you enter the academy, right? So मैंने training के बारे में बहुत चीज़ें सुनी है. So I even watched a video where this person was 1 minute late and सबको मतलब मुर्गे की exercise कराई थी throughout the field. कैसा रहता है experience? What is it?
That one person whom you are mentioning
Yeah.
would probably be me during my training days. So I still remember my entire squad doing legs up, hands down. And they will be always saying, "Thank you, Satish," till I reach to the spot.
And it might appear hilarious, like you said. लड़कियां भी करती है, so there is no bias. So that was one eye opener. Okay, so there we come on the same platform of training.
correct.
And all those activities, they are meant to make us physically and mentally agile, strong, to take on the burdens and responsibilities we are going to have it in the field units after our training is completed.
And it is not about only following the time. It is a complete process of disciplining the person who has entered an academy.
Yes.
Because we come from different backgrounds and we have different kind of perception of viewing how things work. So everything has to be aligned, and each and every officer who is getting trained, they should be in the same platform. Like we should not have difference of opinions. When certain time is given, everybody has to follow it, and why it has to be followed. Those things are taught in a very patterned way throughout the training process. And by the end of the training, I obviously learned why it was important,
People stop.
but in a hard manner.
Because discipline is one of the core qualities a military leader should have.
Correct. Correct. So then you went on to become the IF engineer, right?
After the ab initio 6 months training in Air Force Academy, Dundigal, we go to Air Force Technical College, that is alma mater for aeronautical engineers, mechanical and electronics. There we become, we convert from normal mechanical engineers, electrical engineers into aeronautical engineers.
Okay.
That's a training for about 1 year. In our time, it used to be of 1 year. And 6 months of ab initio training. Ab initio training included your general service knowledge, ethos, etiquettes, how you're supposed to be in Air Force,
Right.
how you're supposed to be as a leader, as an officer. So all those multifaceted personality has to be inculcated into one. And all the officers have to be at par at the common platform.
Okay. And Utkarsh, so a normal engineer is then divided into sub branches, right? Like you're given helicopter, aircraft to work on, or transport, or fighter. So how is that specialization decided? Do you decide it, or is it given to you?
So again, it's a very structured way to classify or allot branches to the technical officers. It's the way it works out is like you do give your preferences, but there is an evaluation board which evaluates your capability, your performance right throughout your training, and takes your preferences into consideration, whether you want to opt for fighters, transports, helicopters, you want to opt for guided weapons, ground systems like radars, navigation aids. So based on a mix of your preferences as well as your performance throughout your training, the evaluation board then sits, discuss, and if it considers merit in your preferences, you will be given streams as per your preferences. If they think otherwise, they'll give you the best system that they think you will be fit to do your job.
And during this course of training of 1 year, we are given enough exposure of visiting various facilities of DRDO, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. That is a part of our study tour and normal day-to-day practical classes. We see aero engines, how an aero engine is made up of about, I think, thousands of parts. We as engineers should know what is the function of each part. Based upon that exposure, you are asked your choices, and then there are specialist officers in the faculty who have seen our inclination and our choice of interest, and our knowledge has been tested there. Based on that, they will allot us the various streams.
So now I want to ask about your roles and responsibilities as a person who has been working in Rafale or in transport aircraft or fighter aircraft. What are your roles and responsibilities exactly? Let's start with you.
So I'll speak about fighters. I'm trained on MiG-21s and subsequently I got crossed into Rafales recently. The operational tempo of a fighter squadron is pretty high. The noise of jet engines roaring in the morning is almost like music to the ears, and those are the kind of things that just you look forward to kick start your day. And the operational tempo is high. You start your day early, and there are a standardized list of checks that the aircraft needs to go through. You have to supervise them. You have to supervise your team of technicians who carry out those checks before every sortie in the morning. And once the aircraft lands back, they have to again go through a checklist to see if the systems and all the subsystems are functioning normally. And that goes, it's a continuous process till flying continues. You have to go through the rigors of maintenance checks. Also, most of the fighter squadrons in Air Force, they're always ready to be deployed and be ready to move from one base to another. So you are always on the go, and you might be in scorching heat of Rajasthan in the morning, and you might land up in Srinagar in a matter of few hours. So again, that's the kind of adventure that this job brings to the table.
There is no monotony in our job.
Correct.
Like, he may be able to launch 10 aircraft in 2 hours, but my aircraft is huge. It requires 5 hours of check by around 30 people. And I have to supervise those 30 people that all of them are doing their job properly. They will come to me with problem and I will have to take decisions. Yes, this mission is important. We have to launch this aircraft. You activate more people to rectify this. All the functional checks are performed on the ground, and we started 6 hours before the scheduled takeoff of the aircraft. If the takeoff is at 7, I will start those checks at 1 o'clock in the midnight. And the beauty is that being a women officer also, I have never felt that how will I work in the midnight with 30 men? I have never had that fear.
Safety is never an
Though
issue.
that shouldering that responsibility, I have been given enough opportunities with my male counterparts. Nobody has ever come to supervise me. How will she handle these men? Even if I was a flying officer.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of our system, of this organization.
The most beautiful thing about the responsibility which we have given. The day we joined our squadron, after 2 years of training in AFA, AFTC and TETRA, the day I joined my squadron, my SEO, our flight commander, he just ordered me, be there at 6 in the morning, okay, get the aircraft ready. So it is a absolutely stunning experience. I went there at 6, there were 200 men already assembled and waiting for an officer to come and pass them the program, pass them the orders to take upon crores and crores worth of assets. If I have like 10-15 aircrafts already parked in the tarmac, which is serviceable, and there are missions planned for each and every heptar. In some heptars, there is a armament mission, missiles are supposed to be loaded, rockets are supposed to be loaded, men are waiting, they are just waiting for the arrival of those armaments. And you just arrive there and give them the plan and everything works out. And it is not so simple that everything goes out as you have planned or all the holes align together.
Yes.
Sometimes it just happens that somebody is loading a missile and the circuit is not working. They will just come up, sir, the missile is not functional. Or he will just say, sir, we are not able to see whether the missile is loaded or not. And the sortie is in the next to us. So it becomes your own responsibility whether you have to rectify that and make the sortie serviceable, or you will just change the aircraft in that point of time. Because the missions are so critical and we have like a limited number of men and limited time to make it successful. So as an officer, your critical thinking and decision making skills
I have to be.
makes it absolutely
Amazing.
stunning.
Yeah.
You don't have the time and you don't have that choice. Actually, there is no second choice. That mission has to go, come what may.
Yeah.
That is where the role of an engineer comes.
Okay.
And the things might be much more critical in case of fighters.
Every system, every asset in the Indian Air Forces has its own significance. It has its own operational value. Fighters, yes, they are at the forefront of action. That is why they do get a lot of limelight. But not to undermine your role or your role, ma'am.
No. Today
We are not undermining it, sir.
I come from a platform which has changed the battlefield scenario. I come from AWACS and the network-centric warfare. If AWACS has to launch, I know 3-4 agencies, 3-4 units are already on standby to take off if my aircraft takes off. That I have that kind of pressure.
There's other eyes in the sky.
Yes, there
Yeah,
are
that-
eyes in the sky. So I know some 3-4 fighter units are waiting just for a go ahead from the AWACS squadron. Yes, AWACS has rolled into the air, and it actually gives me even today the goosebumps are there when I see it. That this beautiful heavy machine flying. Its takeoff weight is around 200 tons. And I have to refuel around 60 to 70 tons of fuel in each and every sortie. Think of this Herculean amount of fuel. So I need so many agencies on ground itself to make this machine fly.
They consume so much of fuel that we will not get sometimes.
It must be a beautiful feeling that you have
Yes.
worked on.
And with the sunrise at 6:30, AWACS taking off is
Sorry
amazing.
to be good, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, guys. So, अब अपन करेंगे rapid fire round. Okay, so how that will go is I'll ask questions randomly from each one of you. The only rule is that we have to be very quick. बहुत जल्दी जल्दी आंसर्स बोलने हैं अपन को सोचना नहीं है just like one thing that comes to your mind as soon as I say the question. ठीक है? Okay, let's start. Aarti ma'am, one word that comes to your mind when you hear Indian Air Force.
Discipline.
Okay. Satish, what is the best part about being an IF engineer?
Okay, you get to go to places without any air ticket or boarding pass.
Okay, great. Utkarsh, which is your favorite aircraft?
MiG-21, since I've worked on it.
Okay. Aarti ma'am, which is the most challenging part of your job?
Every day is a challenge. And meeting those challenges, finding solutions to those challenges is my challenge.
But what's the challenge?
थोड़ा diplomatic हो गए.
Yeah. Tell me the challenge.
Aligning all the holes together to get the mission launched.
Okay, I'll take it. Satish, what's your proudest moment in life?
The day I landed on a Siachen war zone.
Okay. Utkarsh, one quality every IF engineer must have.
Discipline.
Okay. Aarti, most exciting mission you've worked on.
AWACS.
Okay. Utkarsh, one word to describe your journey in the IF.
Fulfilling.
Okay. Satish, what's the best advice you've ever heard?
It was given by a flight commander of mine. When the going gets tough, only the toughest will get going.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, Aarti, your favorite memory as a part of IAF?
Nothing better than getting commissioned, wearing the ranks on my shoulders, and through these portals past the best aeronautical engineers.
Okay. Utkarsh, if not for IAF, where would you be right now?
Maybe I would be sitting here. I don't know.
Interview?
Yeah, I would fancy myself.
Okay. Satish, one word about your training days. How was it?
It was difficult for me.
Difficult. Okay. I'll take it. So, next question being, again, Aarti ma'am, one quality every IF engineer must have.
Dedication and devotion to the responsibility bestowed on your shoulders.
Okay. Utkarsh, your role model in the IF.
He is AVM Harjinder Singh. He was the first AOC-NC of Maintenance Command, pioneer and innovator to the Corps. And today, in the days of indigenization and innovation, let's not forget that he made Indian Air Force's first aircraft, which is known as Kanpur 1. It is available for display in Indian Air Force Heritage Center in Chandigarh. So a lot of people don't know about it. if you happen to go there, do take a look at it. It was way ahead of its time, and his vision for the Indian Air Force was way ahead of its time.
So guys, आप लोगों ने अपनी work life के बारे में बताया, and to be honest, it sounds very intimidating. What I want to know now is how is your social life? आप लोग unwind करने के लिए क्या करते हो? Is it all work and no play, or how?
Not
it's
really.
not
No,
like
in
that.
fact, at times it's the other way around, right?
Yeah. We enjoy a lot. We enjoy the work firstly, and then we have a lot of scope for unwinding ourselves with our bosses, with our colleagues. Like at 5 p.m. if the aircraft takes off, I'm free. I can just go at 5:30 and dress up in smart casuals and be available for a social gathering.
ओके एंड पार्टी लाइफ मतलब कैसी रहती है कि जैसे हम कॉलेज में आते हैं या फिर लाइक इवन कॉर्पोरेट में ऐसा कल्चर है दैट वी यूजुअली गो फॉर पार्टी, वी यूजुअली गो फॉर क्लब्स, नाइट क्लब्स, बिल्कुल ड्रिंकिंग वगैरह चलती है. कैसा कैसा रहता है military
Most
में,
of
कैसा
our
रहता है?
parties is not outside because we have all the facilities inside our station itself. So there is no need for us to go outside or search for a place. And what do you think we do after 5 every day?
What do we do? That's what I want to know.
My seniors can answer that better.
Tell me anyone of
Nothing different, just that I think the perks of being in the force is that the very people you work with, have some work related argument with, you can unwind, you can settle all those issues. I don't know whether it is that easy or accessible in the corporate world. You would better avoid seeing your boss's face the most.
We don't have that professional argument. It is actually the professional disagreement I will have with my senior or my subordinate, and that can be resolved over a drink. No issues in
And
that.
there will not be a single day when we are in agreement with our bosses. So every day we have to repeat the process and again.
arguments वगैरह in general, जैसे
Morning we
corporate
argue,
होते हैं.
evening we go together, we resolve it out.
But
the next day
arguments-
starts afresh.
Yes, but the arguments, they are all towards achieving that goal and mission for the day. That's it.
Everything becomes 0-0 by the end of the day. That is more important. You don't carry any stress, any
Burdens.
burdens
Over home.
yeah.
That is the best part about our jobs today.
ओके सो मैं पालम से जाती हूँ तो इट यूजुअली लाइक आई यूजुअली सी कि ट्रेसपासर्स आर नॉट अलाउड और लाइक आर विल बी प्रोसिक्यूटेड और समथिंग लाइक दैट. द गेट्स आर ऑलवेज क्लोज, गार्ड्स खड़े रहते हैं. हाउ इज द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एट इंडियन एयरफोर्स लाइक? क्या है एग्जैक्टली अंदर बिहाइंड
All the facilities are available in this gated society for us. Only privileged people get to go there and enjoy those facilities.
Of
And
course.
we are the ones.
Yes.
Yes, and everything is available within a kilometer.
And
for-
cleaner air. Yeah, we have cleaner air. I mean, I'm sure.
I think the grounds are there, all greenery.
I mean, the moment you step inside a cantonment area, you will realize the air is fresher. You will have
Temperatures
slightly
are 5 degrees less.
and during summer. So those are, I think, perks and privileges that I don't know. People outside might not be able to enjoy these days. So yes.
We have cycle expeditions within the camp, outside, to the mountains also. There are so many adventure activities. And for me, being a mother, I have participated in the cycle expeditions with my children because I have a seat carrier which I bought, and these ideas have come up to my mind because I need to make that work-life balance along with so much of responsibility on my shoulders from the office side as well as from the home.
Right.
And if a person is actually interested in pursuing certain sports, even Air Force gives the opportunity for them to continue practice, and we can even participate in competitions, inter-command or national level competitions as well.
Do you guys play any sport?
Yes, I play football. Malab casually, I have not participated, but I love football. I am an athlete. I am a long distance runner. The day I landed in an academy, I never knew I could run this much. But starting from 100, 200 meters, I don't know how gradually the training took me to run 7.5 kilometers. It was tremendous. And today, also I run at par with men.
So you are not given any regimen कि सुबह 4 बजे उठ के अपन को दौड़ लगानी है. Is it something that is like set in stone
That
we
we
have to do
pursue
it
out
right
of
now?
our own interests.
Yes.
That mandatory wala thing happens once in a while. I think
Once in
we have
a
to.
month, it is mandatory that you need to show yourself.
Yeah.
Show yourself.
You're maintaining the bare minimum standards, but I think in most of the cases we are above standard. At least I can speak for.
You can obviously say that, right?
Standard. What did
Yeah.
that happen?
No, we meet those standards. We have no choice.
We have to meet those standards.
No, engineers meet all the standards.
Everyone in your
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That sounds really good. Baki, Air Force life or normal corporate life? Okay, I want to ask a question about that. Ki you must have friends, since you passed from engineering, you must have friends who are working in corporate. What do you think are some of the key differences between your life and their life?
Okay, so when I go back on leave and meet these people who are working outside, even they are pressurized to work from morning till evening. After coming back home also, they are still on calls. They are not able to spend time with their family. But in my case, even if I'm in office and if my family needs me, I can just tell my boss and, sir, I just need to go. And he has never said no. That is one thing which I cannot imagine anywhere else.
And ये एक बात भी तो बोलते होंगे, भाई तू स्टड लग रहा है.
और लीव का कैसे सिस्टम होता है? लाइक if you are very tired or you say कि maybe you feel feverish or like you have some event to attend to, easily leave मिल जाती है when you want it, or like how does it work?
So, as per the saying, we are authorized for 80 days of leave as officers.
Wow.
And
Corporate has 30 days.
yes, that is one of the biggest advantage which we get being in armed forces.
Yeah.
Since we are away from our family. So, we obviously get that privilege of 80 days a year.
Yeah.
And it is also based on the organizational requirements as well.
Okay.
So, there is a saying in armed forces that leave is a privilege. It is not a right.
Of course, yeah.
And other than this, we can take sick leaves, but that is subject to the concurrence of a medical officer. If you are feeling bad, if you are not feeling well for the day, you can obviously
So
go
you check
visit a...
before you're given a leave, sick leave.
No, there is no count for it.
Okay.
If the medical officer describes that this person is not fit to do his duties today, it is an off day for you.
Okay.
It's not counted against any leave. They're
Yes.
just off days, excuse days for you.
Okay.
Nobody will question you, but your integrity, you as an officer, everybody knows that you are telling the truth.
That's where the selection process of SSB and everything
Of course,
plays
yeah,
into.
yeah.
So, yes.
Okay. और क्या perks होते हैं Indian Air Force में apart from the leaves?
So other than the salary, there is accommodation. It's free by and large. Just that we have to pay our electricity bills and water bills as per consumption. Kids get to play on playgrounds. I don't know how many kids outside actually have the luxury to play in
Today.
Exactly.
In the metropolitan cities, definitely there are
Correct.
very less opportunities for...
Most of the grounds have been converted into parking spaces, so at least that way we are pretty lucky that at least kids get to know what playing is all about. And then then we have markets where you can buy your stuff from. So all stations are well equipped with stuff. Basic requirements are taken care of.
And the more remoter the station is located, the better is it from inside.
Correct.
Yes.
Because that's where the commander feels that I need to ensure that the officers are comfortable at these places and they don't have to fight for the basic necessities on a day-to-day basis, because that is how you will be able to perform at your workplace.
Okay, current. ठीक है. So now moving on कि हमारे aircrafts पे, let's come back to that. Okay. So अभी बहुत सारे upgrades हुए हैं हमारी technology पे in the Indian Air Force, right? So how are those upgrades helping you with the missions? Operational efficiency कैसे improve हुई है हमारी with the work that you are doing?
Can I take on this? Yeah.
Sure.
This is like icing on the cake for me because as flying officer, I was born into the latest induction which has changed the battlefield scenario. The war has become network centric with my AWACS aircraft. It's like the center of communications for anything and everything going on in the war today. And as flying officer, I was lucky enough to be born here. Out of 3 flying officers, we were posted for the first time ever. And the other people in the squadron were so senior. And as flying officer, I was bestowed this responsibility to learn on this aircraft and deliver the best. Because I was chosen to be part of this aircraft as flying officer. So I consider that myself so lucky. Now he will add on how AWACS and fighters are getting integrated for this.
So, how does deployment look like for engineers at the Indian Air Force?
Almost
I would
all-
like to answer this
Yes,
question
yeah,
because
sure, please.
being in a Hepter fleet, it is my bread and butter, day-to-day routine. We go on detachments every day, every week, every month. If there is an operation, call a Hepter unit, send them on detachment. Even to the remotest of the places in forward bases, may it be, or inside a valley, every casualty evacuation, and
Basically, helicopters are one platform that can land and take off from any terrain. Fighters have their own constraints, transports too, they can land from a limited airstrip, but again, the flexibility, the adaptability of a helicopter platform is unmatched. You can basically take off from a roof. You must have seen during flood evacuation, most of the helicopters are landing on rooftops, evacuating people through slithering. So that is the kind of flexibility that these platforms offer. And
That is why they are being used for evacuation missions or like humanitarian relief, medical emergencies, and natural calamities.
So, you said Hapter. Hapter is?
it is a short form for a helicopter.
It's a cooler version to call a helicopter like Hapter.
Wow.
basically, we
Little
all
swag with us.
we've all made these
I'm gonna
phrases.
call it Hamper now. Yeah, what I want to know is कि अभी 10 साल पहले जैसा था and then 10 years से जो work अभी करा है engineers ने उससे क्या change है how we are doing things?
So first thing is we have a diverse range of platforms and assets. It's not something ki once you buy it and you have to continue with it till the end of its operational life. We have new aircrafts, we have new radars, we have new equipment, but we have old systems. It's not like the old remain old throughout their operational life. There is a very well laid out modernization plan for every asset that is on Indian Air Force inventory. So even in Mayam's case, she was lucky to land up in a new system. It's not the case with everyone, but it's not like we are operating systems that have no relevance or they are technologically obsolete. We have an upgradation plan for most of the aircrafts. They have undergone mid-life upgrades. You must have heard about Jaguars, Mirages, MiG-29s, MiG-21 in my case.
These are fighter jets.
These are fighter jets which have been relevant. They are still relevant to the date, even though they are not. They have not been manufactured recently. But the very reason that they have been made to undergo a series of modernization and upgradation procedure makes them relevant and makes them potent.
I will add on to this because as we see, there are launch of smartphones. Every 1 year,
Exactly.
Apple is launching, Samsung is launching.
जिसमें कुछ change नहीं होता then I
No,
launching the same.
they are launching their upgrades.
Yeah.
In the machines which Air Force has already procured, we have mid-life upgrades. With every 5 years or 10 years, there is a proposal to match with the technology outside. We have upgrades in the systems. And if we don't have good engineers, whatever we may buy, but if we are not able to maintain that properly, that machine is not going to work efficiently and to the expectations in the operations in the real war. So in the peace time, we need to maintain them in the war time to get best out of them in wartime. There comes the role of engineers.
Actually, I am lucky enough to get trained in all variants of Mi-17s. So Mi-17s got inducted 40 years ago, and throughout the span of its life, it has got various upgradations. Now we are in Mi-17 version 5s, which got recently inducted in 2013s. So if I compare the newer platforms with the older ones, the basic difference which I see between these two are the older platforms were completely analog pneumatic based, whereas the modern systems are completely module.
What is the difference between pneumatic versus-
So if something occurs with my analog systems, I have to keep tracing where the problem has arisen, starting from the indicator to my sensor. Whereas in case of modern systems, I will just run a byte test and the system itself will tell me where the problem is arising. So I just need to change that module. But where our work as an engineer comes is to exactly identify which module is creating that problem particularly. System might tell that my braking system has a fault. But where in the braking system, that only engineers can identify and point it out.
Yes.
And this experience is only because I have been trained in all the versions. So Air Force gives you that exposure so that you can evolve from the old to the latest fleet.
Okay.
And actually working on analog was interesting and is interesting for engineers, because there comes into play the engineering knowledge, how to reach, because the sensor and the indicator, they may be around 50 feet apart, and there must be so many breaks, connections in between, where you have to reach to the real fault. So it actually takes a toll, and a lot of patience is required, and a lot of a continuous involvement into that rectification to identify that fault. Then we have such a good job satisfaction after rectifying that fault. It's great. It's a great feeling to make an aircraft
So
service
once you see
aircraft
your
that.
aircraft which is rectified after your 6-7 hours of hard work in a hot day, and the moment it starts up and it takes off, completes its sortie and comes back, it gives an immense pleasure.
Yes.
आपको बार बार पढ़ना भी पड़ता होगा ना, like you said, manuals and all.
Yes, the growth of learning is exponential in Air Force. मैनुअल्स पढ़ते रहना है, कुछ चीज़ें तुम्हें याद हो जाती हैं कि यस उस पेज पे मिल जाएगा, लास्ट टाइम ऐसे
How long is
देखा
the
था.
manual?
Manuals can be laid.
You cannot complete it in one lifetime.
हाँ, yes.
One lifetime.
So it's so systematic. The index is so systematic that you can actually reach to the component very easily. The technical expertise available with you is great.
Even the older systems like MiG-21s, I'm not sure how Sir's aircraft works.
Come on, making me feel old myself, but yeah.
No, you are young now into the Rafales.
See, the very reason it is still in its operational life is because it has gone through a series of upgrades and modernization.
So how do you upskill? Are there certain training sessions conducted in the Indian Air Force for you? What skills have you learned through that?
Yes, it's like upskilling or multi-skilling. I'll call it either way. We have various examinations from time to time. We have various conversions, and we have very specific specialized trainings as per the requirement of your system. Like if my aircraft is getting upgraded with some new system, new generation system, I will be trained in that system by the OEM, whosoever it is.
OEM is?
OEM is original equipment manufacturer, with which we have made a contract to get that upgrade done. Okay. So they will train me in how to operate and how to maintain that system. That's one part. Then second comes for the specialized training of carrying out any specific servicings on those aircraft, which is we called a first line servicing and a second line servicing, and then third or depot level servicing. First line servicing happens at the operational units level. We are just rectifying small faults and we are launching the aircraft for missions. Then second line servicing is basically the hangar line, or you can say garage line servicing in layman's language. Garage line servicing for an aircraft is based upon the airframe hours, flight hours. It's like after 300 hours of servicing of flights, the aircraft will undergo few checks. Then further 300 hours it can fly, then some extensive checks. During those checks and inspections, if I find something is beyond the limits are mentioned by the manufacturer of the aircraft, design bureau of the aircraft, I have to tally it, and then I have to take a call. Then if those repairs are beyond my capability, then I will approach the repair depots where he is posted at present. He is posted to one of the repair depots where they will make some repair schemes. They will send me some drawings based upon the type of control surface or the part of the aircraft it is, that how you should go about this repair. And if I am not able to do, then that proper mechanical engineering or electrical engineering comes into play, where they will send their specialized people to assist me. So that, because for that garage servicing or a second line servicing, aircraft is inducted for a longer duration, where I can carry out that detailed checks and repair the aircraft and declare it fit for the flying.
Okay. So since she mentioned manufacturing, are we manufacturing our aircrafts here outside? I think some are done outside, but we've started some indigenization aircrafts over here also.
So if you talk about the platform as a whole, obviously since it is operational, it has been developed and designed by an OEM, which in most of the cases is foreign vendor. In case of Russian origin aircraft, most of the aircrafts have Russian based OEM or certain aircrafts and systems have been procured from France. Certain ground systems like radars have been procured from countries like Israel. So these platforms are already established. The OEMs have given a servicing routine that these are the kind of checks that you need to carry out at so frequency. So to carry out these exhaustive checks, we have in-house repair depots. We call them base repair depots, which form part of fourth line servicing of these platforms. So again, the base repair depots can be classified into aircraft depots, aero engine depots, or system depots, depending on basically they are specialized repair agencies, so they only take up specialized repair tasks of that particular aircraft or system.
There are designated bureaus, depots for the specific type of aircraft or system or aero engine. And the beauty is that actually these people, he will elaborate it, he will add on to it, that aircraft and aero engines are stripped open and deassembled and assembled back.
And you guys do it?
Yes.
In
So
depot
that
level,
is-
we
that is-
actually have the expertise of disassembling the complete engine, which might have 10,000 or 20,000 parts in it. We
Okay.
disassemble everything, measure everything to the precise weight, precise measurement, assemble it back, gives it a, that process gives a new life to the engine itself. So that engine comes to the operational units where we fit and fly.
That is
This
how
is the kind of expertise which Indian Air Force is able to carry out at a depot level.
That is how we are extending lives of the aircraft. They are, as it is known that few platforms are even older than me. That's how they are flying safely, because they are being checked at the depot levels to these extents.
Yeah. Okay, so Utkarsh, you earlier were mastering MiG-21 and then you moved to Rafale, right? So was it easy for you to pick up there, or did you had to train for it? How was it like for you?
See, it was a huge technological leap, no doubt about it. Both the aircrafts, I mean, the MiG-21 is from a different generation. It's a legacy platform. And the Rafale is a modern state-of-the-art aircraft. So yes, the biggest challenge is to unlearn the old system and learn the new system. And there is a lot of conflict in your mind that, oh, was it related to MiG-21? Now I'm studying something that is totally different. So there is a lot of conflicting thoughts that come.
So aircrafts are pretty different from inside?
Of course. It's a different aircraft altogether, different design philosophy, different maintenance philosophy. Rafale is a modern 4.5 generation aircraft. You must have heard a lot about it. So it has very advanced avionics, state-of-the-art fly-by-wire system, weapon suit, electronic warfare suit, capable of doing basically everything that an aircraft, a fighter aircraft can do. So just to get trained on it, to know about the aviation technology that has gone into making it such a successful platform globally, it was a pretty fulfilling experience as an engineer. And the transition from a legacy platform to a modern aircraft in itself, it just makes you feel that the organization thinks that you are capable of making this transition, which basically fills you up with a lot of pride that yes, I've been trusted with this responsibility. Now I have to have heavier shoulders. I'm entrusted with an asset which is worth 2,000 crores. So that brings with it a lot of responsibility, and it makes the job difficult, but at the same time it makes it enriching. And as a technical officer, that is where a lot of professional pride comes in, that you are working on a state-of-the-art technology. And I think as an officer in branch, you can't ask for more at times.
Yes, basically organization is trying to take care of your experience and expertise, so that can be used, which you have gained during handling the older equipment while inducting the new ones, so that plethora of experience is being utilized in the new inductions, maintaining the new inductions.
Yeah. And so like you mentioned that these aircrafts are worth 2,000 crores. So that must seem like a burden to carry sometimes.
Yeah,
is it?
that's I feel others will be jay about it.
Yeah.
Look at the inventory we are handling.
Yeah.
Yes, the other people outside the world, outside this organization, they should be.
Yeah.
We carry that swag.
So, Aarti, you've completed 13 years. Utkarsh, you've completed 10 years. Sadish, you've completed 6 years. What lessons have you learned during this journey in the Indian Air Force? Let's start with you.
So my biggest learning from the Indian Air Force has been to be adaptable and flexible. So as Bruce Lee once said, be water, my friend. You have to be flexible, you have to be adaptable towards anything that is coming your way. You should not go in with a biased mindset or with a predetermined notion that this is how things are going to pan out, or this is how I'm going to plan my way or traverse through the challenge ahead. You need to be flexible, you need to be adaptable, and back your knowledge, believe in whatever skills you have acquired along the way, and trust yourself to make the right decision. At times you make the decision and again you have to prove it right, but back yourself, back your knowledge, back your acquired skills, and I think rest naturally happens. And I've been very thankful that this organization has not just helped me professionally, but these aspects of my personality have also helped me in personal life. I've taken the right cues from whatever this profession has taught me. I've been able to traverse through my life's journey in a very happy and harmonious way, touch wood. So yes, that is the biggest takeaway from this organization, that you need to be adaptable and flexible in life, and the rest naturally happens.
Does your family comment on it? How you were before and how you are now? Do they see some changes?
I guess they do, but I guess they also look up to me in a way because they feel that
Respect.
respect, and I think given the confidence that comes when you do certain things, even in your personal sphere, that इतना confident है तो सही कर रहा होगा. I think that
कुछ तो सही कर रहा
हाँ, कुछ तो सही कर रहा होगा. तो that invariably comes whatever
That confidence has been injected in our veins. Matlab, my lesson, when I joined, as I told you, I was very crude and I was rude also. But now, when I was bestowed upon the responsibility of around 200 men as a flying officer, when I was just 24, 25 years of age, I had to look after my maintenance crew. Going over for the detachments, they would come to me with their problems. At base, they will come to me with their family problems also. So, learning from the crew resource management, which IF has taught me, I have dealt with their problems. I have learned the human resource management, and I have become more compassionate.
Were you the wing boss or the sympathetic, understanding boss?
I transited
Okay.
from mean to understanding to a very good boss.
You have to be a mix.
Yes. So now they all just love my company. If I am around, they are most comfortable. They can approach me anytime they want, be it night, be it day, whatever time it is. They never bother. And I never hesitate in taking up any calls at any time of my day.
Yeah.
So this is just amazing. That personality changeover, learning developing emotional quotient is very important. EQ is as important as IQ for any good manager. And
Maybe we don't realize it that changes are occurring to us. So when 200 people are looking up to you as your leader, as their boss, you have to take certain decisions. And those decisions are basically your responsibilities. You have certain responsibilities and you have to take certain actions. When certain people are looking up to you, you have to show them the path, how things are supposed to be done. And as an engineer, we are responsible for the lives of the aircrew who's flying the aircrafts. And our entire trustworthy is put upon the signature at the end when we declare that particular aircraft is serviceable and it is worthy to fly. So on that signature lies the trust of the aircrew who's taking it. So yes, we have to take right decisions and we have to take those responsibilities to back it up.
yes, along with this, we have that amazing trust within our technical fraternity. That if some job has been done by my technician, I need not doubt it. That we develop over the period of time by observing each other, by monitoring each other. And yes, if I tell them that you need to service this aircraft, like the way if you have to send your child in this aircraft, you should be confident enough to provide this aircraft and declare this aircraft as airworthy.
Such a huge responsibility that is, no?
That is there.
So, are there any challenges that you face during your job? And if yes, then how do you tackle them?
As officers, we have been trained to tackle the challenges, and challenges are there. There is no monotony in my job. Every day, new challenges and new ways to tackle them.
If there was a day without a fire, we will actually kind of feel bored.
Bored. Yes. आज कुछ हुआ क्यों नहीं है? Is everything normal? This is what we react to. सब ठीक तो है ना? या ये तूफान से पहले की शांति है.
Yeah. Challenges are what makes the job more fulfilling.
Yeah, more interesting, right? Okay, so Satish, what are some myths about Indian Air Force that you've heard, and just tell me like the truths behind it.
One myth which I have heard is all Air Force officers fly.
Yeah,
Which is not true.
That's the common
If
notion.
one aircraft is flying in the air, there are hundreds of people who's working behind it to make it fly safe.
True.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
And that's a real myth. If I tell somebody I'm in Indian Air Force, pilot? I'm an engineer. I fix the planes.
Yeah. Any other myths, guys?
You should be telling them. Maybe we can clarify them.
So one myth I have heard is there are only men officers. That was the notion that there are only men in Indian Air Force. But seeing your experience, it's completely false.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Let
So-
me just clarify this.
Yeah.
From more than 25 years,
Yeah.
women have been there in ground branches, including technical branch, and they have been proving their mettle since then.
Yeah.
And as I told you, I think once, that don't expect any bias and don't accept any bias.
Yeah.
We are bestowed no less responsibility as far as compared with men.
Yeah.
And we don't hesitate in doing anything and everything, anywhere and everywhere with whosoever he or she is.
Yeah. So another myth that I've heard is that you have to be, I don't know if this is a myth or truth that you can comment on, but you have to be very fit when you join Indian Air Force. Is that it, or do you learn during training? How does it look like?
Not at all. I mean, that is the reason behind all the training rigors that you go through during your training phase. You cannot be an officer before coming to an academy. That is what the academy is supposed to do. That is the whole purpose of having a training academy. They will transform you from a civil into an officer. So you don't have to come in with the baggage of being fit or having OLQs before entering the academy itself. That is the reason that there are instructors in academy who will teach you everything from the minutest of things related to custom etiquettes, ethos of the organization, to physical fitness, mental toughness. Everything is catered for during your training. So again, I mean, this is a myth that I actually expected you to come with. There's no such notion that you have to be physically fit and you have to be an athlete. You should be running 10 kilometers a day the day you enter an academy. It's nothing like that. People come in with average physical standards. Some of them are not even capable of running a kilometer, not even capable of doing a single push-up, then end up becoming pretty well. They'd end up doing pretty well. They win a lot of accolades for their respective squadrons and training institutes. I happen to be, I won't sell myself as a very good athlete, but at least my training my physical standards came up drastically after my training phase. I became a good and consistent runner, and it has held me in a good state. I mean, I still make it a point I'm running on a daily basis, and something that becomes part of your life.
I would like to add on to it that while we just enter the academy, our baggages are checked. Whatever we take from home, whether it is our civil clothes, any food items, they are all deposited. So that there is no comparison of which family I come from. I belong to a very poor family, rich family, middle class. There is no comparison. Nothing, no asset is left with you which will show that you belong to what kind of a family. The background is just not there.
When you're
Now
wearing the
you-
uniform, you're an officer.
Yeah, we are like clean slate.
Yeah.
You will be painted the way IAF wants an officer to be.
Yeah.
The organization doesn't actually want you to be fit when you enter the academy. That is the job of the academy to do.
Yeah.
So once you leave the academy, they will leave you at a certain standard. And maintaining that standard is with the individual, whether you want to continue with it or you want to develop further in it. That's in the hand of the individual.
So yes, to all the prospective officers of the Indian Air Force, do not stress about the physical standards. Don't worry too much about it. We'll take care of it. Don't worry.
Okay, so people who want to join in Indian Air Force, right? How would you convince them? What advice do you have for them? That's the last word. So just give it your all. What do you want to advise?
For the new engineers who are currently in the final year or trying to pursue a career in any of the defense forces, I would say it is a go ahead. Give it a try. You never know what you have within you or what a defense organization is expecting from you. So, without any preparation, if I can do it, I hope everybody can make it through.
True.
So, give it a try. Don't give up easily.
And we have a lot of scope for engineering in Air Force.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so to all the prospective engineering officers of the Indian Air Force, just go for it. This job will offer you everything that you dream of from a purely financial point of view. You will get good starting salary, you will get good family security, you will get a good life outside your workspace, and to top it all, you get a good exposure to core engineering technology. I mean, I really find engineers these days doing core engineering jobs. So this is one organization that actually will immerse you with technology, be it aircraft systems, state-of-the-art AI platforms. You will get it all here. I mean, you can't ask for a better engineering job in India. I think you just have to go for it, and I am sure you will come out of it a refined person and a satisfied officer after maybe 10-15 years of your service sitting here, maybe in the next podcast or
Thank you. Yeah.
One day
So
in
you
a
get that
social
part
gathering, I'll tell you, one day in a social gathering, one of my colleagues, he asked my daughter, she's elder, she is 7 years old. At that time, she was just 4 years old. So he asked her, what does your mom do? She said out of nowhere, my mama fixes planes. So that is how I introduce myself anywhere and everywhere today.
Yeah.
I fix planes.
Okay, so guys, thank you so much for joining us. It was a really insightful talk. We had fun, we had candid conversations. It was great having you guys. Any last word you have for the aspirants who are watching it?
If somebody wants to maintain and work on engineering, on the state-of-the-art equipment, then IAF is the platform.
An engineer can be anything. He can do any jobs, but the engineering job in particular can be done only by an engineer. So, all those aspirants out there, please give it a try. It is a way of life.
if you have a thing for aircrafts, if you want to do something other than ordinary, if you want to make a difference, Air Force is the place to be.
Okay, so that sums it up. Thank you so much for joining us. This was very insightful. And yeah, I hope people join Indian Air Force as engineers after this. If you want to watch more such videos, comment below. If you have any questions for our officers, comment below. And see you guys in the next episode.